As a gentleman, Dean Alejandro here, and today I wanted to get your opinion and your input on a specific question that has been asked in multiple communities, and it's really a hot button because so many people have different opinions and different values on the whole thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive right into it. I've asked a lot of people in different communities, in different support groups, their opinions on this, and we can never kind of go through a conversation about it because it does offend a lot of people and strike a nerve. Rightfully so to some people and their beliefs. Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs, I believe, in coexisting 100%, and everyone is different, which is great. Now, I do still want to be able to have these conversations. I do think it is important for people to talk about things and be able to disagree on certain topics, but still be respectful, still understand that everyone is different, and really just kind of have an open conversation for the community and kind of understand why people might be feeling this way and that it's okay for them to feel this way even though that you don't agree on it. So for those of you that do not know, there is a community called Straight Edge. It is mostly, it believes in no sex, no drugs, no alcohol, and it kind of goes into a couple different things as to where you don't eat meat or other things like that. Some people will kind of pick and choose, if they just don't drink or if they just don't smoke or different things, or do all of it 100%, completely extreme. And it is completely a community, 100%. I was involved with it when I was growing up in high school before I hung out with a bad crowd and actually got into drugs and alcohol, unfortunately. But 100% respect to the community, and I just always respect and love it, and I think it's a great thing. Now, I have recently gotten back into the community to a certain extent, and I am in a lot of support groups, and I see a lot of different experiences, of course, obviously, which is why I'm having this conversation and posting this video. So how do I dive into this? Weed, marijuana. It is included with drugs. Some people consider it a gateway drug, obviously. Some people just consider it a drug, although it is a plant, although it's natural. I'm not here to say what is right versus wrong or my personal opinions or my personal beliefs on the subject. That is 100% different. I am just here to kind of outline it and just get your commentary based on what you think. More importantly, why? I kind of know people are either going to say yes or no and have a lot of different personal opinions on it, but I want to know why. So medical marijuana. There are certain states that you can go see a doctor and you get prescribed marijuana, whether it is in, a topical form, edible, smoking. I mean, there's a lot of different forms and stuff that you can use it in or self-medicate in. And this is, of course, for adults and also for children. Now, I've heard the conversation and the question come up a lot where if you smoke weed, are you straight edge? No, because smoking weed is a drug, right? And the community is obviously its values is no drugs. That's one of the top ones. So no, you smoking weed is you're not straight edge, right? Now, let's just kind of dive into that a little bit more. What if you are prescribed weed for a certain condition? And that kind of gets a little bit hairier because people are still saying, no, well, it's still considered a drug because it's a mind-altering substance. It still affects you differently in chemicals and so on and so forth, which I understand 100% both ways, which is why I'm posting this video because I'm genuinely interested. So, okay, if you have a doctor that prescribes medical marijuana, that is your option then. The ball is in your court and you are able to either smoke it and decide whether you are not straight edge in the community living those values 100%, or, whatever. You just do whatever you want. So now let's go even further. Let's go even to children and to different people, like people with epilepsy or, people basically that will have seizures or depend on this medication, medical marijuana, to survive. That has where I have gotten into huge debates with just trying to get people's opinions on it because people are quick to say yes or no, but not really say why. So if you have a condition to where you seize from lights or different things and a bunch of different physical reactions due to chemical imbalances in your brain and in your body and a bunch of different things, and you are prescribed a medication, are you still considered straight edge? Asterisk. If it is a pharmaceutical medication over the counter, you are still considered straight edge if it's not a mind-altering substance. Okay. But technically, is that still a pharmaceutical? Like, technically, that is still, that's where kind of the gray area comes in. So if some of those pharmaceuticals are okay because they're not mind-altering substances, if you have epilepsy and you not even smoke weed, let's say you do topicals, I think that's what it is, or with the oils, I'm not really sure, and it is stopping you from not seizing or stopping you from seizing, then is there a difference? Like if you're not getting high and you're not having, that mind altering situation happen, is it the same thing? Like that's where the gray area comes. And so many people argue about this back and forth. So I am just really genuinely interested on what you have to say. Being straight edge is up to everyone's decision, up to everyone's interpretation. Some people, like I said, are super hardcore. This video is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but oh well. It honestly needed to be said. Someone needed to say it. Someone needed to talk about it, because I see a lot of people sitting in the corners that have a lot of medical conditions that they cannot control, that are still a part of the community, and use certain pharmaceuticals, or their lives depend on certain pharmaceuticals, not even medical marijuana, but that is a branch off for it. And they don't have that option. And I've heard people say, oh, well, they can just get over it, or they can just try to do different things. The fact of the matter is not everyone has that luxury, and people do have medical conditions that they cannot control. And unfortunately, it's just how it is. The system is broken. That's a whole other topic. But I really just want to know if you think medical marijuana, do you think medical marijuana you can still consider yourself straight edge if you partake in medical marijuana? Asterisk to whatever else you think. 2, do you consider yourself straight edge if you take any type of pharmaceuticals, whether it's for mental health, behavior, anything else, but you don't have a mind-altering experience? Is that still straight edge? Where does the line end? Is it a blurry line where, are we able to kind of accept that other people have these medical conditions that we cannot help? Or are we still going to kind of have arguments within the community of, okay, you're not valid because you do this wrong, or you do this, and you have to completely fit these parameters? At the end of the day, we are a community. None of us are perfect. I wanted to put this video out there. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more content. I hope that we can actually kind of come to some kind of, not resolution, but really just have an open conversation, because this is a very interesting and I think very important topic. So for now, have a good one. I'll see you later.